You had no idea it was on, did you? You just accidentally walked into it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I like this. There's a saying I'm going to keep saying to you. Welcome to first grade. Can I just tell you this? I've tried both winning and losing. I much prefer winning. So here's the thing with winning, right? Winning has a number of things attached to it. So there's a number of things you need to do if you want to consistently win. What would be some of the things would be elements attached to winning, where if you do these things, you will win?
Set goals.
Okay, so actually have something that I'm aiming for. What's the second thing I do? Strategy. Righty, I've got my goal, I've got my strategy, then what do I do?
Massive determined action.
Massive determined action, and then I have a routine. Right, so it's pretty simple. So how many points did we just discuss? Let's just go through it. Have a goal, have a strategy, right? Determine what level of action is required, and then make sure that I have a routine. So what's some of the things that you need to do differently to what you have been doing since this started? What's some of the things? So Liam?
Track my face-to-face hours.
Yep. Dan?
Tracking everything and sticking with the prospecting and the disciplines of the things I know I need to do.
Wouldn't I have it scheduled? What gets scheduled gets done. If you don't have these things scheduled, they're not going to get done. What we do in life, we do what we believe is in our level of order of importance. Number one, when someone says something, you're automatically going, where is this in the level of importance of my life, of what I've got to do? Then you mentally schedule what you need to do. If you're relying on memory, what your mind's doing, it's automatically grabbing and it's putting in order as to what you believe, as to where you believe it lies in the level of importance. What can you do differently?
To be honest, I feel like I'm throwing everything at it. I have been doing what I've set out, so I need 48 listing appointments and divided it down, that's 3 appointments a day, and I have been getting my 3 appointments a day.
Perfect.
But I need to step it up and try and aim for 6 appointments a day, so I get a little bit higher than what I'm trying
So to everything that we've just heard, who sounds like they're actually putting thought into what they need to do out of who we've heard from so far? 100%. If this were a race, who would you put money on so far? 100%. What she's done, she's not even considering this session. What's she actually considering? Her career, her income. It's got nothing to do with this session. She's considering her income. What about you, Liam? What can you do?
I guess put it on the critical list of things that need to be done.
So what sort of things would go on our critical list?
The face-to-face hours.
Yeah,
Like
everything.
that should have gone on there.
There's not that much really, and that's the part that I struggle with as a owner of a business and as someone that coaches people, because week after week you hear people say the same things and they don't really get their feet on the ground with focusing on things that are going to be beneficial to them with the time that they're giving up. It's like they're happy to waste time and earn minimum income. It's kind of crazy. It's silly in a way. See, if you're being who it is that you need to be, and if you're busily doing what it is that you need to do, well then you'll have everything you're supposed to have in damn good time. Do you see what I'm saying? Sense my level of frustration? So Zach, what can you do? And don't give me aspirational, give me something that's going to get some growth.
I just need a bit of manage my time, and I need to this morning create another plan of my days every day.
Discipline.
Discipline.
Okay. Do you reckon that discipline, if every single one of you had a higher level of discipline, would have last week looked a little bit different?
100%.
How would have we known if we were off track if we had a greater level of discipline?
Because you would have known what, by the numbers and by the production, you would have known what you needed.
100%. So can you see how simple it is, guys? Real estate and sales is a complete science. So let's just say right now in the marketplace, for every 10 buyer appointments that I do, I make a sale. How can I get to 100 sales?
I'm multiplying that to get the sales.
10 by 10.
Yeah.
Done. Easy. And so we've worked out that for every sale, I need 3 properties for sale. So what do I need to do if I want to make 100 sales?
300.
Okay. So then I've worked out for every 2 listing appointments, I get a listing. So how do I get to the number of listings that I need to produce that hundreds of sales?
Mostly two.
But then we worked out for every 30 calls, I get a listing appointment.
Make 60 calls.
So it's pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay? We just spoke through the only numbers you really need to know to get your career rocking. If you don't know those numbers, you're just turning up. Now, unfortunately, it's an oval. It's a golden goose egg, that's what it is. Because if you do your face-to-face hours, this is going to lay you a big fat golden egg, yeah? Do you want a golden egg?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Absolutely.
I don't believe you. Why do I need to care about my goals? If I'm busily being who it is that I need to be, if I'm busily doing what it is that I need to do, what do I need to have hope in these things that I seek? I don't need to have hope because they're coming to me and the universe is going to give them to me when it's ready to give it to me. And when I've worked long enough and hard enough, if the tallest tree in the world grew the fastest, the first storm that came, what would happen to it?
Wouldn't stand the storm.
No, it wouldn't stand the storm. But to have seen so many people that could be so far ahead because here's what they do. They expect it all to happen right now. It's not going to happen right now. Like there's not a leader out there that would tell you it's all going to happen right now. But what's going to have to happen right now is working your ass off right now, doing everything that you have to do right now. That has to happen effective immediately. But here's what happens. The people that expect it to be a tall tree tomorrow, who have one good month or one good quarter, and what's happening is they're not doing what it is that they need to do. When the first storm comes, they fall over and they will fall over. Whatever happens, it hits them, all right? In relation to results, in relation to success, you will get what it is that you're seeking once you've worked for it, and it's not anything other than it's the law of the universe. But people who don't get what they want in life, they all have one thing in common. They've got to have instant gratification and they can't endure. But their instant gratification is around big goals, not little goals. Does that make sense? So the idiot that goes out and buys the new car, the new jet ski, the new this, the new that, because they're always looking for happiness in something they don't have. Sense while they'll never have happiness, yes? You want to have your long-term goals, your short-term goals. So your long-term goal could be your new house. Your long-term goal could be Disneyland. Your long-term goal could be a number of things, yeah? Someone who's going somewhere in their life, when do they reward themselves based on their short-term and long-term goals?
When they get what they want, job's done.
No, once they've achieved what it is they were setting the reward for in the first place. All right, that's a wrap. Have an amazing flipping day.